This week we are putting the spotlight on our Women of Vision from the Gateway YWCA, and we're focusing on women who continue to make a critical impact on our community.
Suzanne Reynolds is the recipient of this year's Game Changer for Social Justice Award.
Talitha Vickers met with her before the pandemic to find out what led her down a path to fight for equality for all.
Law students, lawyers, even judges defer to Suzanne Reynolds as the source of how family law is not only interpreted, but practiced. She authored the treatise for it, 3 volumes to be exact. But why?
I went to law school, so many years ago, because I grew up not far from here in Lexington, North Carolina, which had, at that point, when I was a teenager, more than its share of racial troubles. It was unjust. I can still remember segregated water fountains, which I found just so cruel.
Inspired by her father, former county chair of the Democratic Party who helped to bring the first person of color to the front office in the 50s, Reynolds forged an often uncharted path as an ally in the civil rights movement.
You know, I came to law school with a passion to do something about racial injustice. I was also stirring in me was the appreciation for just how much gender inequality there was.
Particularly with women losing custody battles when they raise the issue of domestic violence. So Reynolds became the game changer, creating a domestic violence advocacy center to provide lawyers for survivors of domestic violence.
This little county won a national ABA award, the Harrison Tweed Award, for providing legal services to the poor, and it was that domestic violence program. Talitha, it was overwhelming in the most wonderful way. Eventually we saw that domestic violence homicides were going down in this county. But the real success stories we don't have the reports of. We know that children who live in homes with domestic violence, so many of them grow up to be batterers themselves. It's what they know. So knowing that we helped end that cycle of domestic violence, again, it's one of the things I'm proudest of.
Reynolds' ability to lead, organize, and get things accomplished made her the overwhelming choice to become the first female dean of Wake Forest School of Law. So this is one of your classrooms.
Yes, lots of good memories in this classroom. I've taught contracts in here, professional responsibility, family law, to thousands. I think I figured that I have taught about 7,000 graduates now, so lawyers all over the country.
Making quite the impression, catching the attention of a woman who would later become a good friend, the groundbreaking second female justice on the U.S. Supreme Court.
Wake Forest has given me so many amazing opportunities. One is to meet my shero, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And this is a picture of the conversation. We have a program at the law school called A Conversation With, and we bring people whose professional lives and personal lives demonstrate lives of integrity, who are good role models for our students. So, of course, Ruth Bader Ginsburg back in 2005.
What was that like for you to sit down and have a one-on-one with her? That's an exclusive.
It was amazing. It was in Waite Chapel, capacity of 2,000 plus people, and as I started asking questions, I don't know what happened, but everybody in the room faded away, and it was just the two of us. It seemed like we were in one of our living rooms, engaged in a conversation.
But it's a conversation with a student on his final day of class that sums up her personal mission.
And he said, I was just thinking how when I came to this law school, my world was small, my mind was narrow, and he said, I'm leaving such a different person. I thought, I have just been on the teaching mountaintop. Wow. It doesn't get any better than that. And the thought that his world was bigger. That's what education should do.
The 41st Annual Women of Vision Awards takes place this Thursday with a networking opportunity at 11:30 a.m. followed by the awards presentation from noon until 1. We have much more information on our website about how you can join that celebration and also make a donation in honor of the recipients to help fund community programs through the YWCA. That's on our website, WXII12.com.